All right, let's go ahead and get started. Welcome, traders. This is the followmetrades.com live trading room for the FOMC minutes release. And I'm Dean Jenkins, founder of followmetrades.com. Just quick sound check. Hope you guys can hear me okay. See my screen okay? Everything good? All good? All right, thanks, John. Thanks, Rod, Christopher, Jack. Yeah, Rick, you said no sound. Hopefully you can hear me now. There was no sound a few minutes ago, but we got it now. Bernard. All right, a lot of the regulars are here. Well, we got a great turnout. Yeah, a lot of folks in the room. Awesome. Expect more. I think we'll get about 100 at the peak. 100 people here. Good. Hey, thanks, Alan. Ann. Okay. So quick disclaimer. So I'm going to be presenting information, and it's for education purposes. I'll be walking through the trade setup that I'm looking for after the minutes come out. I'll show you that in a few minutes here. And if the setup is met, I'll be demonstrating the trade in my sim account here on TradeStation. But again, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know your situation, so I'm not recommending that you take the trades. If you decide to, that's entirely up to you. I'm doing this for education and information purposes. All right, got the disclaimer out of the way. That's good. So the big deal here, this shows the upcoming reports. This is the Bloomberg site calendar, and the FOMC minutes from their last meeting are going to be released at 2 p.m. Eastern, and that'll be 11 o'clock Pacific time. I'm here on the West Coast in Olympia, Washington. So where are some of you guys calling in from? We got, like I say, a pretty full room, a lot of new folks. It's always fun to see. Alan, I guess you're from San Diego because you said it's good there. Christopher is from Dallas, Texas. All right, Christopher. Is it flooding down there in Dallas? I heard like a foot of rain in parts of Texas. Spangle, Washington, Jack. Anything over 3 inches and they're screwed, said Christopher. Yeah. It's pretty flat, huh? 3 inches of rain here just rolls off, man, into the rivers and ocean. We hardly notice that. Stephen from Half Moon Bay, California. Cool. West Palm Beach. Dolores, well, welcome. People from all over. Any international callers? Ann's from New Orleans. Kansas City. Kansas City barbecue is different than Texas barbecue, right, Don? We got time here until the minutes. The minutes don't come out for 27 minutes, so we just want to be ready. That's right, says Don. Tim from Amish country in Ohio. The Veep, Biden, he's out there in Ohio today. I saw a headline. I have no idea what he's going to talk about, but isn't he visiting Ohio? David from Boston. Tim D from question mark. And says, Texas barbecues beef. You know barbecue pork in Texas? All right, room's still filling up. Welcome to everybody coming in. We're just getting started here. We got time until the release comes up. So FOMC minute release at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 o'clock Pacific time, out where I'm at. Ann says pork in K-City and NOLA. Somewhere in England, says Tim. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at the charts. And so we've got, we're going to take the oil charts off here. I'm just going to go ahead and close them. Oil typically doesn't react to the FOMC minutes the way gold and E-mini does. So we're going to be watching the E-mini, the S&P 500 futures contract. It's run up a bit today, about 12 points. Gold is just sitting there, down a couple points, kind of in a channel. So let's go ahead and close these oil charts so we just free up some real estate here for the things we're watching. And then let's see if we can now get this about even. Right about there. 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 That looks pretty nice. In our live trading room, our normal trading room, during the week we meet Monday through Thursday, 6:15 to 8 o'clock Pacific time, so that would be 9:15 to 11 o'clock Eastern time. Monday through Thursday, but this is a special session for the minutes. I like to do special rooms once in a while when there's some big news coming out. So what we've got here, if you're new, if you haven't been in the room before, these bottom charts, I got E-mini on the right, gold on the left. These bottom charts are 2-minute charts. Those are a pretty good place to start. And these top charts are range charts. So range charts are based on a number of ticks, a range of ticks. I got the ES set at a 5 range, which is 1.25 points, and I got the gold set at 8 ticks. These can sometimes give us just a, this is price only. There's no time component to a range chart. And sometimes they can give us just a little bit an early view of a setup that's happening ahead of time. So we like to use those. And they sometimes give us earlier places to trail our stops and exits to. I'll go ahead and cover, looks like room's getting pretty full now. I got 90 people, 91 people still trickling in. Welcome if you just got here. I'm Dean Jenkins from followmetrades.com. And this is our live trading room for the FOMC meeting minutes release from their last meeting. Let's quit looking at me. Let's go look at the setups. So here's what we're looking for. If this is for a bearish move. So when big news breaks, like we did it this morning on the oil report, we didn't get the setup. It didn't meet the pattern right. Sometimes it doesn't happen, right? But if it does, it can be really good. So if we get a big bearish move like this is actually the E-mini on a 2-minute chart. When the news drops, we can get a big dramatic move, and what we look for is a retracement of that move into a Fibonacci zone, and then a move, so a big move in one direction, a retracement in another, and then we use Dow theory a lot in my trading. So we look for a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. And so if it puts in a new low here, this is an aggressive entry point. If it comes down below this low here, that's a more conservative, that if it takes out this low, there's a good chance that a real trend is then going to develop after that move. So we look for this kind of initial move, a retracement, and then the next move down. So that's what it looks like on a bearish chart. Here's what it looks like on a bullish. We get a big initial move, a retracement. We like these Fibonacci ranges. They have meaning. When Fibonacci levels are met, they can become predictive of the next probable move. If the move doesn't fall into a Fibonacci zone, then it gets a little tougher, right? We can use some other tools, Dow theory and stuff, but we'd like a big move, a retracement into a Fibonacci zone, and then the next move. So again, here's a high, higher low, new high, low, high. So this is an aggressive entry, and this is a more conservative. It puts in a new high here. Pretty good chance it's going to be taken off into a trend. What reference can you recommend for Dow theory books? Daryl is asking. Well, what I really recommend is my course, Daryl. I've got a master trader course where I teach my approach to Dow theory. Very simple. I use very simple approach to everything I do, just to try to boil it down to the essentials. So I cover Dow theory. I cover very simple approach to Elliott wave theory. I call out the exact trade setups that I'm looking for in my trades, and then how we can manage those trades for maximum profit, how to scale out of them, take profit, how to trail our stops, how to scan for trades, cover all that stuff in the course. And you're a good straight man to ask about that. So let me bring up a link for the course. Here, I'll post it in the chat area if I can get some stuff out of the way on the screen. So the Master Trader course, it's a 6-module course. If you go to this link, you'll see a comment about a start time. It's self-paced, so that's just when the material was released. It's a self-paced course, and you can go through it at your leisure. Everything's recorded. It's videos, PDFs you can download, worksheets. We do have some live webinars that we recorded where we look for trades and answer questions and stuff like that. So it's real good. This is the first time that we're going through the course, so I'm doing a pre-sale price, 50% off. Normally it's $497, but you can get it for $247 until we start the next round. So it's a pretty good deal if you're interested in learning about it. We got about 40 people going through the course right now, and the feedback has been awesome. They love it. The students love it. They're learning and are finding trades on their own. It's really cool. So there's a link in the chat area there if you're interested in the Master Trader course. Okay, we got about 17 minutes till the news comes out. Jerry from Edmonton. Hey, Edmonton, Alberta. Welcome. You're pretty close to the fires there, Jerry, aren't you? A few hundred kilometers away. Man, that sounds really bad, the fires. Hope they get it out soon. All right, we crossed the 100 mark. Got 105 people here. Awesome. Welcome if you just got here. Jerry says the fire is not under control. Just burned out one of the camp for the oil sands. Yeah, no, there was a lot of speculation about, because production shut down at the oil sands there, and that's a big volume of oil for North America. There was speculation about whether that would, help resolve the oversupply and whether that would help drive prices up. Be interesting to see. We were watching the oil news report this morning. I shouldn't have closed that chart so quickly. Yeah, I already closed it. And we saw the kind of dramatic move that can come when news is released, and we just might see that on either gold or ES or both. That's why we got this meeting, to watch. You'll notice when the releases comes out, I don't really care what it says. I care from a, as a participant in the American economy. I care about whether rates go up and how the economy is doing. But in terms of trading, I don't care what the report says. I think it's a losing strategy to try and anticipate what the Fed might say, and then to anticipate how the market is going to react. It's a losing game. The market will react how it reacts. There's tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of participants in the market, and their collective response, their collective optimism or pessimism, and which one of those wins out. That's the reality. The only reality in the market is price and volume, and the patterns that price follow on our charts. They do follow waves. I use a very simple version of Elliott wave. I use Dow theory. They follow patterns. And so we don't really have to go read the report. We don't have to try and guess how the market's going to respond to the report, because we're going to see it in front of our eyes. We're going to see how the collective participants are responding to the news, and that's tradable. That's tradable. You can, if certain criteria are met, just like I showed before, if certain moves, if there's going to be like a 5-move sequence, if the first 2 or 3 moves are met, then the remaining moves become highly probable. So that's what we look for, is price patterns. Again, the only reality in the market is price and volume. Those actually happened. The rest is speculative. Rick's asking, will this session be in the room archives? Yes, Rick. I'm recording it and I'll put it up in the archive. So subscribers to the live trading room have access. We record every session, unless the file gets corrupted or something, and we post it up and people can go review it. Several people subscribe to the live trading room, but they can't make it at that time, but they'll watch it later. So Rick's got to hit the highway. Yeah, it'll be posted. It'll take a couple hours to render the video and get it uploaded and all that, but it'll be there. Glad you could stop in, Rick. Have a good trip. Karen's asking, said, thanks for the invite. Well, thank you for coming, Karen. She says, the market's getting happy as we get near the time. Is this a behavior I've seen before? Yeah, it's funny how the market reacts before big news is planned. People begin to anticipate what the news is going to be, and then they can either have confirmation of that or be disappointed. Right before the release, we'll typically see it go pretty flat. We got 12 minutes. So I would expect it pretty quickly here to go pretty flat. And then right before the release, there may be some volatility. And then definitely at the release, there will be volatility. We'll let it settle out. We'll let it see if our setup gets met. Struggling with my voice just a little bit, so I'm muting a lot to cough and whatnot. My asthma is giving me a little trouble. So if I can mute quick enough, I will do that and not cough in your ear. Try not to be rude. You can see right now it's flattening out. It's been in a pretty good uptrend all morning, but now we see it flattening out just a little bit. We got a bit of a channel we can define here and here. Pretty narrow right now, isn't it? For the last 10 or 12 price bars on the 2-minute chart. Hey, Osman, thanks for coming. I guess you got the link I sent you. Gold looks a little bit more volatile than ES right now. Here's an article I wanted to share. It's pretty funny. Seeking Alpha, just the headline. Fed phobia is running high. Do you like that? If your job is, as a reporter is to generate interest and get people to read your article and stare at all the ads and stuff, I guess you want that Fed phobia. I don't know, phobia. But it sounds like the Feds are not in an agreement. Dallas guy says he'd call for a rate raise in June or July. Markets worry about that. People don't want a raise in June or July, right? They'd rather wait till December, I think, is the consensus from the market. But they'll do what they do, and we'll watch, right? Hawkish tones. It's not every month, Osman, that the Fed meets. There's a regular schedule. I believe it's quarterly. That they meet. And then, so there's big volatility. When they come out of their meeting, it's like a 2-day meeting. They come out and they make an announcement, and they did that. We had a special session for that. And then, I think it's a month later, they release the minutes. And so people pore over the minutes and see if there's any nuance in the minutes that maybe wasn't in the big announcement. So it's funny. The Fed's already had their announcement after their meeting and said, what their outlook on the economy is and stuff. Then they go out and they all get in front of microphones and talk, and then they release the minutes, and it causes more volatility, even though they already said, pretty much what the big picture was. All we know is it does cause volatility, and it can set up extensions of existing trends, or it can cause new trends, in a new direction. So we can ponder the why of it all, maybe go crazy, or we can just observe the what and see if we can profit from that. We had our room this morning. We were hour 45. We watched the oil news come out. We watched ES and gold. We got absolutely zero trades, no setups. That's rare. Usually we get 1 or 2 trades in the room. It's rare to get zero, but it does happen. And having that kind of discipline in your trading. If there's no setup, don't take a trade, right? That's important. Day trading is the hardest kind of trading because sometimes you have to sit and spend real time and energy, and there's nothing to do. But no trade is way better than a bad trade. That is for sure. Okay, we're about 5 minutes out. It did break out of this channel we had defined, so now the channel kind of looks like this. Karen's asking, what do the dots mean? You mean like here where it says 2B and there's a red dot, and 2B here and a green dot? Is that what you're asking about, Karen? Yeah, those are reversal bars. 1B, 2B reversal bars. They're part of the applied reality trading system, the indicators that I use. They come with the pyramid. So you can see these pyramid trading points. They look like triangles. So the dots give us key reversal points, and we use those once we're in a trade as a good place to scale out, take a little profit. Once we get into a trade, we get into profit. If we get a reversal, that's a good signal to take a little profit in case it's turning around. The reversals are part of the ART system. So the basic package is ART, ART, Applied Reality Trading. It includes the pyramids and the reversal bars. Then there's enhancers. These are called enhancers. The OWL, the optimum wave locator, is a standalone enhancer. And then this thing at the bottom, you can see it bigger if I go do this. This thing at the bottom is another enhancer that stands alone. It's called the precision trend filter. And it's real easy to interpret. When it turns green, it's calling for more highs. If it's yellow, it's neutral. And if it's red, it's calling for more lows. And you can see it's pretty accurate. On this price bar, when it turned green, it said that's predicting more highs. And here's the bar that turned it green. We got more highs. If we look back here, here is the bar that turned it red, and then we did get more lows. It doesn't tell you how far it's going, just that there was enough momentum that it's predicting that it would continue for some period of time. Daniel's asking, do I believe there was a bullish setup on the ES oversold at 9 a.m. Eastern time? So that'd be 6 a.m. West Coast. There was a bullish setup, and we were looking at this morning. We were a little worried about taking that, so we didn't take that long this morning. I don't use oversold, Daniel. Oversold, undersold, that's what, RSI or MACD or something like that. I use Elliott Wave and Dow Theory and the ART tools, but we did get a buy signal earlier this morning. But I was a little worried about trading into news. We were also trading into some resistance, so I passed on that trade, and it turns out it worked out. But there was enough going against it. I didn't take it this morning. But there was a setup there, and there was another one right here that could have been a nice long. And I probably would have taken that one because it was up above the resistance level then. Yeah, Osmond's commenting on one of our trades from our stock pick service. We'll get a chance to look. We'll look at some of your stocks if you like later. Anybody has any symbols they'd like me to analyze, offer my opinion on. But we're a couple minutes out from the news, so let's pay attention here to what's going on the charts. Yeah, that trade is doing good, Osmond. You see? Did you see our big retailer, the one we're short? Did you see what it did today? That's good news. Wow, good turnout in the room. 130 people here now. Welcome, everybody. If you're new, first time here, glad to have you. Feel free to chime in with any comments or questions you have. I'm going to go ahead and fire up my chart trading, so if we do get a setup, we'll be ready. It's positive thinking, right? We use very strict risk control in our trading. Never more than 2% of the account at risk on any trade. That doesn't mean the position is 2% of the account. It means the amount we'd lose if we hit the stop is never more than 2% of the account. Yeah, Johnny, it is looking good, isn't it? So let's take a poll. Who thinks after the news, by the end of the day, after the news is released, who thinks the market will be up? Who thinks it will be down? Okay, here's this big dramatic move we talked about. Kind of mixed. Look at that big drop in gold there. Oh, the downs are starting to win out here. There's the big move on ES. Wow. Did I say it could be dramatic? Look at gold. Let's just let it settle. Joel says the dollar is soaring. And Chris says, I think you said mean in, is it in UGT, in G, you know, the nugget, the gold ETF 3X thing is crashing. So ES just lost from 57 down to, what's this bottom line? 45, 12 points in kind of the blink of an eye, a couple minutes there. So here's the big move down on the range chart on ES. Here's the big move down. We would like to see a retracement from that into a Fibonacci area. Let's see if we get that before we just go short. Let's take a look at the gold. So here's kind of the whole move down. Well, it was really here. So we did get into the zone. So this is actually a legit setup here on gold. Let me look at the come on, am I gonna miss it? I'm gonna put an entry down here. This is the conservative entry. I'm gonna put one down here. If it puts in a new low, I'm gonna take it down here. So there. And we'll put our stop at whatever this high ends up being, one tick above this high. We want to see this get proven, right? Take a conservative entry, not try and jump the gun and get in too soon. Because if it goes and puts in a new low, it's really proving that it's got a real downtrend underway there. So now ES is totally not sure what it's going to do. Look how it made that big move and now it's channeling here. That's why the range charts can give us just a little bit more insight. It's really nice. Okay, we're in this this gold trade. We're short. And we're going to be ready to scale out. If it makes a pretty dramatic move or reverses, we're going to capture some profit here. Yeah, look, I'm going to go ahead and take, I'm going to grab profit on that right there. Take a little risk off the table. I'm going to lower my stop down to 2 because I only got 2 on now. Great. And we're going to trail our stop down to this. As we put in a new low, let's trail our stop down to this previous high here. There. If it puts in yet another low, we'll trail it down to here. So while I was watching that, I missed, that was a good setup on ES that I missed right there. I was watching the gold. I'm only human. And saying she doesn't understand why gold isn't going opposite ES. You know, in the big picture, over the long term, they do move in a pretty strong reverse correlation manner, but not always in the short term. Not always. So we did not, gold's struggling a little bit here. It did not go put in a new low, and now it's channeling. I'm going to, because it's pretty volatile and it could turn, I'm just going to move my stop down to the top of this, because if it breaks out of that channel, it could reverse pretty sharply and head up. And I just don't want to give it away. So let's move this right down here, one tick above. Then we're still with it if it does head back down, but if it pops up out of this consolidation, we'll be out with a small profit and we'll be okay. And we definitely did miss it on ES, dang it. There, so we're out of gold. That was a pretty nice demonstration of that setup that I showed you though, huh? That was pretty good. Let me let's see what that was. Today to today. Come on. You got to select an account, thanks. So 312.80 in like how many, 3 or 4 minutes on that gold trade. That's not too bad. I'll take that. And we did it, with pretty tightly controlled risk. Now this trend could certainly continue on down, and there could be more entries. It's really just trying to catch a trade off of that news release, and that's what we were doing. And to review that, what we were looking for was that initial move, a retracement right into this Fibonacci zone, 38.2 to 61.8, and then proof that it was heading down. So we caught it there. We scaled out some profit. We trailed our stop down, and we caught a winner. I'll take it. And while we were messing around with that, there was a great entry right here on the ES, and that was a trend continuation. It went down, it consolidated, and when it started down, we could have gotten short on this red pyramid right here, and that would have been a really nice entry. Our stop would have been at the top of that pyramid, and we could have trailed that down for 44, right? We would have scaled out at this reversal, so we'd have had some nice profit. But there's a limit to multitasking, right? That happened pretty fast. But it was cool, huh? And the mistake would have been, after I missed that entry on gold, to try and jump in anyway later and maybe do more than I was capable of paying attention to and managing. You don't want to do that. That's called greed, and greed can be a killer for traders. This is what we do in the live trading room. If you're not part of the live trading room and you're interested, you can still get a substantial discount. It's still pretty new. And so I'm offering a 31% discount. I'm posting the link where you can get that. There's some more discussion about it. Monday through Thursday, 6:15 to 8 a.m. Pacific, 9:15 to 11 Eastern time. So there's a link in the chat area if you'd like to give that a shot. $27 a month for the live trading room. Pretty good deal. We got a couple setups we look for, and when they're there, we grab them. ES could give us another setup, another short setup here on the 2-minute chart. We got this big move down, it pulled back up, and now if it heads back down, in fact, let's look Let's see what this retracement level looks like now. If we just look at it on a kind of a bigger picture, we didn't get the retracement. That was continuation. But let's oh dang it, shrink this down. This whole move here. So we are in the retracement zone right now. It took a little longer for ES. So we might get a setup there. Let's watch that. Yeah, John, I think I was answering your question as you were typing it. Was I? Good. So did anybody look? What did the Fed say? You know, what matters is what happens on the chart here, but it's just for curiosity's sake. Wonder what they said. Lies. That's awesome, Carol. That's a perfect response. Not lies. Remember that line from the Blues Brothers movie? So you lied to me. Not lies, just BS. Yeah, right, Carol. Leslie gives us the LOL. I am in a band. I play bass, and we're going to be doing a fundraiser concert Saturday, June 11th. And it's going to be awesome. And we're going to open with Blues Brothers' version of Give Me Some Lovin', and we even got a horn section to come sit in with us. It's going to be awesome. Can't wait. We're going to play like a 12-song set for this fundraising dinner. It's going to be awesome. So look at this pyramid we got here. Let's take that. Let's go ahead and take this right now. Sell market. That's a good setup on the ES. And let's get our risk up here, up above the big one. And let's see how this does. Be ready to scale out if we get a good dramatic move. There. Get our scale right here. That one jumped up fast on us. Carol says, do I do an instrument? You mean do I play an instrument? I play bass guitar. Karen saying, does she need the software for the trading room? No. I mean, you need a trading platform. You need an ability to place orders if you want to follow along with the trades, if that's your choice. You can come and just learn too. Learn the setups and how we manage trades. I'm gonna go ahead and take a little profit on this ES trade, and then we'll trail our stop. I'm just gonna buy one back here at a little bit of profit. I want to get that risk lowered. You know, just because we're in a very volatile market environment, I want to lower risk as soon as I can. So we still got 2 on. Yes. And now I'm going to trail it down to this last pyramid here, 1 tick above what's called the base of the pyramid. Okay. Managing risk and capital preservation. But this is a pretty nice one so far too. We caught that one. Oh, see, I missed. Gold had another entry over here at this next pyramid. We could have got in that. This trend is going to carry on. Pyramids on both charts, but now a little late to be jumping in. So don't want to be greedy. So now we're going to watch this range chart on ES, and when we get a green bar painted, I'm going to take one more off. If it wants to reverse. If it closes green and forms a new bar on the range chart, I will take another one, profit on another one, and then let the final contract run. Yeah, Johnny, I'll get to that. Let's get this trade, at least get this next contract off, and then we'll look at that trade. Okay, I'll show that. There, we closed green, so let me grab that. There. So now we just got one. Trade's a winner no matter what. Come on. Oh, I got to do it on this chart. Take this down to 1. So if this final contract, if it stops out, it'll lose 87.50, but we've already made more than that. We've made, let's regen this here. We already made $200, $205 on the ES. So that will be a net winner, and we're going to stay with this one. What we would like is to have this come down and put in a new low, and if it does, we'll trail our stop down to this high. In Dow theory, trends move in. The downtrend moves with lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. So when if the trend is going to continue, it'll put in a new low, we'll trail our stop down to the last high. And that's what these pyramids identify, is lower low, lower high sequences that have where the criteria is met for the ratio of the dominant leg to the opposite leg, if that makes any sense. So we had a potential pyramid there, but it went up. Now we got to see if it's reversing. We got a minor pyramid, which signals that this trend could be reversing. This big trend we've been in could be reversing. But we're not going to bail out. Just the operative word there is could. It's not a guarantee that it is. Pat says the Fed's going to raise rates in June. Yeah, the market didn't like that, did they? We went from 9 points up when we joined the room to almost 4 down. Gold's not happy about it either. So we might just get stopped out here on ES. But again, that'll be a net winner. And that's why in a volatile market like this, we want to trail and scale pretty aggressively. Look at that, one tick, a near-death experience on ES. The bummer with it going up that high is we don't have anywhere to trail our stop to now if it goes and makes a new low. Okay, you see what's happening here on ES? This is important. So it went down, it made a lower low, it went up and made a lower high, but then this last reversal was at a higher low. So that's signaling us along with this that it could be reversing. And let's just bail. No reason to have evidence like this that the trend is changing and sit here and wait for the stop to get hit. Let's just close it. There. So we're out. We're doing that on an evidence-based. That's not an emotional move. That's an evidence-based move, right? A higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. It looks like this thing's going to head up. So there's no reason to sit there and take a bigger loss when that's the evidence in front of us. Could it head back down? Sure it could. But that, it was always intended to be a pretty short-term trade based on the volatility of the news. Yeah, we're out, Johnny. So how did we end up with our two trades here in less than 20 minutes? $5.30 profit. Well, that's not a bad 20 minutes worth of work. How fun is that? Johnny's asking about the green dots. Yeah, we covered that. Maybe you weren't here earlier, Johnny. Those are reversal bars. You can see where the green dots are. There's a label that says 1B, sometimes 2B. These are reversal bars, and this indicator is part of the applied reality trading. Chris says, great work if you can get it. Yeah. Not every trade wins. People have been in the trading room have seen, we take some losers, but we manage our risk, try and keep them small. So it is heading down again. Yeah, no problem, Johnny. People come at different times. I'm happy to explain it again. And we could have a real trend forming here. Notice how it did not take out that low. So I would not be interested in any shorts that if we don't take out that low. I don't want to take it into triple resistance. Look how it's bounced off this level 3 times now. We don't want to take a trade into that. If it goes below it and gives us another pyramid, that could be a good deal. Sir William. Well, that's an awesome name, Sir William. He's asking, are you going to send a replay link? You bet. Everybody that registered, I'll send out a link. You bet. So if I were going to be trading this the rest of the day, what do we got? Hour and a half left in the regular session. I would be looking for that, for a new low, and see if we got a real trend going here. We do have a support level from earlier this morning here that bears watching. If we break through this, though, it might be okay. That's an aggressive entry. Harout, I hope I'll say your name right. Sorry if I'm not. Is asking about the range bars. Range bars are 5 tick on the ES. They're 8 on the gold. So we're through that level and we're pulling back up. If it gives us a pyramid here, which it might, that might be an aggressive entry. I would want to pay attention to this level from this morning, this support level here. If it blows through that and gives us a setup, that's a great. So you just got a pyramid there and there. So that's an aggressive entry. I would let it clear this this level here. No point in taking a trade right into that. And you know your entry would just be a few ticks off if you wait. If you've got a solid close below that, I think that's a pretty good entry. I don't have enough time, so I'm not going to take it even if it does that. I don't have enough time to manage it, right? I got some other commitments after the room here, but if I were going to be around trading, you know, the rest of the session, again, if I got a good close there, I would take the short and put my stop at the top of that pyramid right there. One tick above the base of that. So that's at about 2044. But let's see if it does close below there. That will be interesting. Gunner's asking if I use the default settings for the sensitivity of the art pyramids. Yeah, I think it's 5. And I do. I've played with the other ones, and I found the default setting to be the best for me. Yeah, min score 5. So I just run with that. It works pretty good for most markets. Steven says 32 is a longer Fib number. Not sure what you mean. 32 for what? I mean, 32.8 is a key Fibonacci retracement level. Look how we didn't close, right? This bar wicked down below that support level, but it didn't close. So I'd be watching that for a little while before I just jumped in short. That was the concern about taking that short. Now it's below it, isn't it? That's far enough below I'd be comfortable with that. So I would take that short if I had more time to stay with it. My stop up here. Dots on the owl, absolutely, Karen. They are marking the probable wave 3 location. And they do that simply by marking the point at which the highest bar values, right? In this case, they're negative, right? And they were previously back here, they can move, okay? But they tell you what the probable current wave 3 is. You have to confirm it, but it's pretty helpful. It's right most of the time. If anybody's interested in the art software, you know, I have a good close relationship with traderscoach.com. I'm their head coach Type my email. It's dean@followmetrades.com. I can send you, I'm an affiliate for them. I can sell their software, and I can give you a promo code for a 50% discount. It's not cheap. It's professional grade software, and it's worth every penny. I paid full price several years ago when I got it. I didn't get a 50% discount, but it was worth every penny. I've made it back many times over. But if you're interested, I can get you a 50% discount. And when you buy it, you get a 1-hour quick start session, and I'm the one who does that. So an hour to teach you how to use it, make sure it's installed right. And then there's a 1-hour client support webinar every week that Bennett McDowell hosts. They have great customer service. I think that really sets them apart from other vendors. The indicators are great. I use them. And they have superb customer support. They're with you. Chris is asking what platform. I'm trading with TradeStation here, Chris. Rajesh is asking how accurate would you say the PTF is? Bennett says it's 75%, and I've seen it. I think I agree with that. Karen says, do Bennett's Wednesday webinar, excellent training. Not only does he teach on using the ART software and the enhancers, but he teaches Elliott Wave and trading in general. It's a really good session. Good value. Most of us have bought other indicators before and maybe been disappointed. Disappointed in the performance of the indicators, disappointed in the support and the training. Traders Coach is number one in terms of, they have high quality indicators. I use them first and promote them later. I believe in them. I'm using them in my own trading, and their customer support is second to none. Good stuff. Leslie says, love you guys. Well, we love you back, Leslie. Now you just need to learn, get rid of the fear. Yeah, practice. Practice. Do it in sim. Get confident. Did you take the course, Leslie? I don't think you did. You might consider it if you haven't, the my course. Yeah. It's the course has a money back guarantee. You get to do the first module, so you pay, it's half price, you do the module. That's the Master Traders course I'm talking about. You get to do the first module, and then if you go, nah, not for me, you can get a full refund. If you proceed to module 2, then the refund's canceled and you acknowledge that. But half off, pretty good deal. I don't think I've posted the link for the course yet. Yeah, I did. It's in the chat area, the Master Traders course. So, I'm trading what I do. I'm training and showing people exactly what I do, and getting the students in it. They're giving me great feedback. A couple of the students are here. If any of you existing Master Trader course students have any comments or whatever you'd like to type, I'll repost it so people can see it. Just hearing from other people sometimes is really valuable. So we were talking about the stock pick service, and if you got any stocks you want me to look at, I'll look at your stocks. But I'll show you one of our current picks. This is Walmart. So we're short Walmart. We got short at 66.35. So every trade I publish, every trade I take myself, and I take every trade I publish, I have an entry price, which is this blue line, a stop price, which is a red line, and a target price. So in the course, we teach you how to analyze that and determine these levels. But we got short Walmart here at 66.35. It went down pretty directly, and then this morning it gapped down. It's down 3.25% today. We just love it when that happens. And I publish the information. You can either take these picks, just trade the shares, buy or sell based on it's long or short. And I also give specs on an option contract. So I'm trading this with a put option contract. We've got a target down here at 49.70. And their earnings come out tomorrow. Walmart's earnings come out tomorrow. and Johnny was asking, what's your thinking for trading into earnings? It's either gonna go for us or against us. What I'm looking at is the bearish pattern on the chart. This is a classic, unmistakable, doesn't get much clearer Elliott wave 5, and we teach this, very simple. People can get, a little skeptical about Elliott wave. We teach a simple method. All you have to do is find the biggest move on the chart. Well, it's obvious right here. Big move, got a pink dot confirming it. That's wave 3. Wave 4 retraced into the expected Fibonacci level, 38.2 to 61.8, and clear evidence that wave 5 is now moving down into the Fibonacci extension areas. We use Dow theory to confirm the move, right? Lower low, lower high, lower low. We got in on the next low. It's heading down. Pretty cool beans. So that's a pick. And again, if you're interested in the stock pick service, I don't have that link up yet. Let me put that link up here real quick. You can try it for $7. $7 for 10 days. So that gives you 2 weeks worth of picks. See what's going on. You get a 1-hour consultation with me if you like. There's training videos on how to use the website, how to interpret the picks. Try it for 10 days. If it's not for you, 100% refund. No questions asked, no hard feelings. If you stay after that, it's $97 a month. It's a 23% discount from list. And people were talking this morning that, there's people who I offer for existing subscribers an annual subscription at a deep discount. And they're like, I'm never giving it up, man. They're making good money. The picks are doing well. So if you're interested, there's the link. And here's this pick we're in right now, Walmart, short. We're also long. I just published a new long last night, too. I think it's going to be a good one. We're long WMB. It's looking good so far. This is a natural gas company. So we got in at 1969. It's up at 2110, already in profit. Got a pretty good target up here at 2907. So this is looking good too. So somebody had a HCA. Cameron's asking about HCA. Well, let's look at HCA. What's going on here? HCA Holding Company. So one of the things we teach and what I look for is first thing we want to determine when we look at a chart is there a trend? Is it in a channel or is it a mess? And this one has done nothing for forever. It's got this huge wick here, which is on a very long term. You could call that a wave 3, but this went way too low for a wave 4. So it not a super pattern for me, Cameron. Not a super pattern. If we ignore this big anomaly, this one big price bar, you could call this a wave 3, 4, 5. But 5 looks like it's kind of failing and it's heading down. So not my favorite. Don't be mad at me if I don't like your chart, but it's just what it is. And says Buco insider selling in the Mega Millions. Yeah, could be. Maybe something bad is happening there. Karen says, do my pick service include swing? It's really a combination of swing and trend, Karen. We're just trying to catch the next impulsive move in the trend. So you can call that swing, but it's really part of a trend. UBNT. Michael. Hey, Michael. We got you squared away now too, Michael, right? On your entry, your orders. Okay, so remember I said we look, is it in a trend, is it in a channel, or is it a mess, right? So this one's in a bit of a channel. It's kind of a messy channel. It's a big channel, but it had this big downtrend before, but now since, call it November of 14, it has been channeling from here to here. Oh, Ubiquity. You know what? I love Ubiquity equipment. I am in a somewhat rural area, and CenturyLink, all we could get was like pathetic DSL, like 500 K DSL, and they couldn't even deliver that. And so a mile from me down the hill is a tavern, and Comcast high-speed cable goes to that area. So I went and asked the tavern owner if I could put an antenna on his roof. And so I have a Ubiquiti antenna on his roof a mile away, 900 megahertz antenna, and it's beaming up to my house. And so that's what I'm actually projecting. I got like a 15 megabit connection now to a Ubiquiti antenna a mile away. And it's so good that I got like 5 neighbors who I put antennas on their house, or all up on one hill. So we're all sharing the same connection, and they give me $30 a month. So I break even on my internet. I get free internet using Ubiquiti. How cool is that? Anyway, back to this chart. It was in this channel. It broke out of this chart. So this is actually a pretty good trade. This is a go right now. We would have our stop defined right here. Right here is an aggressive stop. And the trouble with a new trend, a breakout like this, is it's hard to establish a target on this. And so to do that, we would look back at previous resistance, and it's up here. It's a long time ago. It's hard to use it, but that's really all we got. But a key thing we look at is the distance from the entry to the stop and the distance from the entry to the target. And there's, the ratio here is very high. So potentially high reward on this one. It trades at moderate volume. So that's actually not a bad setup. It's got this F after the symbol. So I would want to investigate that. That means there's you'll see that F when something's on the verge of getting delisted, or there's some issue with the exchange. So I'd investigate the issue with UBNT. Why is there an F here? There's something going on with the stock, and you don't want to be blind taking a trade on that. So that was a long answer, Michael. Hope that was good. We teach you to do this analysis in that course. I got the link there. The students, even after a few weeks, are already finding these setups. So it's really going cool. Johnny says, please tell me about Apple. Yeah. I'll tell you about Apple. Apple customers, it's more a religion than a product, isn't it? So we went short Apple at the back here at the beginning of the year, and we caught this trend here because there was a pretty clear new trend forming, a new wave 3, 4, and a 5, and we caught this wave 5, and we made some really nice profit on that. Now, what's going on now? So this turned into 3. That's too high to be a 4. It's not a clear tradable pattern right now, Johnny. It's clearly a downtrend, but we really can't analyze it, come up with targets and stuff. So it's not a clean chart at this time anymore. UUP for Karen. Is that a ETF or some kind? I think I've seen this symbol before. Yeah, the dollar. Okay, look at this. So we got a remember I said wave 3, it's easy to spot. It's the biggest move on the page. Here it is. And so then we go find wave 1 and 2. There's some rules for that. We go up here. We say dollar. It moves pretty slow, but it moved right into this wave 4 retracement zone. And now it's showing pretty clear evidence coming out. We got a higher high, higher low, new high. I would wait for it to clear this last, this previous high right there, this one. I'd wait for it to clear that before I started getting long on this. But where's it going? This is where I said it's hard to give targets on new trends, but on a trend continuation like this, we use Fibonacci extensions. And this looks like it's going to extend up here 27 to 29. So if it clears this hurdle, that could be a decent trade on UUP. Okay, so it's a dollar power shares thing, ETF kind of thingy. So there you go. VLO, Ron asked for it, then he left. Let's look at it anyway. It's Valero. Remember I said look for a trend, a channel, or a mess. What do you guys think? Trend channel are a mess on VLO. I call it a mess. Yeah. Chris says a hot mess. Absolutely. Okay, let me yeah, Boku. That's right, Ann. Got it. FCX for Mel. We traded FCX, and we got a winner on that one before. What's it doing now? So we traded this move here. We caught it coming off the bottom and got a pretty nice trade out of that when gold started taking off. That's a couple months ago. So what now? This really looks now like a wave 3 in 4. So it's, and look how it stalled right into that. That was our target. It hit our target. Remember I said in new trends, we set our target at the previous resistance level, went right to it. It's awesome. So now it looks like this could have been a 3 and now a 4. So we would be waiting for a long trade for the next leg up. And we'd love to see it come down some more so there's room in case it stalls again there. We want plenty of profit. So that's the deal, Mel, on FCX. Okay, how's our futures doing here? So kind of settled into a channel here. Gold doing nothing. The short trade on ES stop still here. You know, went down. We would have scaled out, taken a third off down at this reversal, locked in some profit, and now it really looks. Every sign is that that this downtrend is going to continue. We've got a red PTF calling for more lows. So in fact, the PTF was triggered red there, so it's already done it, but it's still red. So as long as it stays red, it's still calling for more lows. So not too bad. Okay, well we got it's in my time zone here. It's 12 minutes to 12. So we'll wrap it up at 12. We'll watch this, look at any other things, or if you got any more questions, if things go dark on me here, I'll wrap up early. But we'll see how it goes. Sorry, Rajesh, you had that question before. Do I use the TLM indicator? Yes, I do. I do occasionally. Primarily, I use it not for an entry. He's asking about the TLM, which is the trendline master. I use it not so much for an entry, but for an exit. Do I have it loaded? You know what? I just rebuilt this machine, and I did not load it yet. We had a bunch of technical issues Monday. So the trendline master will identify key trends on your chart. It'll paint them on there for you, and it looks for, these kind of previous high points, and will, like in an uptrend, it will paint them underneath like this. So it would paint it from here to here. And that can help you determine when the trend is really over, when the trend line gets broken. And it would have painted one from here to here. Okay. So yeah, I don't have it loaded yet, but I do use it to see, basically for getting out of trades, Rajesh. Yeah, you're welcome. gold could be starting in wave 4 on this 2-minute chart. So, you know, wave 3 is the biggest, most dramatic move. Got the pink dot, and it's obvious with the owl there. It could head up into a 4 before heading down. And that zone would be up here. So it's getting pretty close, actually. We like to see the oscillator go green as part of a 4. So if it gets deep into there, it will. It's getting close. I think the excitement here is over. So we had a couple good trades. Happened pretty fast. Any other stocks anybody wanted to take a look at? Happy to do that. Oh, Johnny, you're welcome. Johnny says, very good analysis. Hey, you're welcome. It's been working pretty good over the last several years. Nike. Let's look at Nike. It's not the cleanest chart in the world, is it? So this is interesting. This is wave 3. You know, if we were looking at this chart back here, this would have been wave 3. This would have been 4, and then we would have traded this as 5, and we'd have done really well. We would have got some nice profit out of that. Now, 3 has moved, and this is a really long, sloppy 4. So the odds are, you see how this is a downtrend, and you know the trend line master would show you that. It would draw something like this. This is a downtrend, but as it's heading down, the momentum is coming out of the oscillator on the negative side, and it's gaining here. This is called bullish divergence, and so it looks like it might be getting ready to head up once this ends here, but it's nowhere close to being ready yet. So nothing really there for us to trade. SLW for Karen. Silver Wheaton. So we had analyzed this before. Here's wave 3. Here's wave 4. Just up above 61.8. That's okay. And now we're looking for evidence for it to head down. It's having a hard time to get started. I would wait for it to put in a new low now here. Put in that new low, put a stop up here, and the target's pretty nice down here at 1044. Nice volume. So, yeah. SLW, Pavlos, ORIG. Let's look at that. Ocean Rig. So all these offshore drilling companies, ORIG, there's another one called RIG, there's TOO. They all pretty much got the same pattern. I guess they got decimated with the price of oil dropping. Nice move off the bottom, nice pullback. If it starts to head up again, it could be a nice trade here. You know, where would it correct to? Well, we got to find the top. Got to find the top. There it is. There's 1 and 2. So if it really truly gets started into a corrective wave, we would expect it. This is a wave 4 trade. It'd go up here to 774 to 1210. We got plenty of time. We don't need to try and jump in early. We could wait for it to put in a new high here. take out that high, and you got plenty of room up to the target zone. Let it prove itself. Do you have a green PTF? That's good news. So that's a pretty interesting one there, Pavlos. RCL for Gunter. Royal Caribbean. Man, they just lost a passenger over the weekend, didn't they? That's bad. Pretty messy chart. Pretty choppy. Man, where did this start? Way back there. So if you were really interested in this, I'd be real hesitant. Just based on how choppy it is. There's just more orderly charts out there to get involved with. But perfect wave 4 retracement, and now it looks like it's coming back up. I'd wait for the oscillator to go green and look for a new entry. So it could be good return, but it's awfully volatile right now. And it's not ready to go long yet. DB for Mel, it's Deutsche Bank, right? The banks aren't having any fun. Just a massive collapse from a high of what? Almost 55 bucks down to 1593. So it's lost 60-70% of its value. Long downtrend, way too late to get short. You'd be looking for a retracement or recovery, corrective wave in this, and that's not showing us that yet. It's not showing us that yet. So nothing going there on DB yet. OMCL. Yeah, Johnny's saying, what do you mean by orderly chart when you show? So let's go back to Royal Caribbean. You see how gappy this is? See how price gaps and how, although we have an uptrend, it is really volatile, man. Boom, 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 boom. It's an uptrend, but good chance of getting stopped out even if you're right about the trend. That's what I mean by a messy chart. Okay, as opposed to, I think I showed. Let's look here. So Walmart is a little bit choppy, but there's a super clear trend, and even when it gaps in the direction of the trend, not counter to it, and the wave count is really smooth. So that's a better one, right? We also showed this one earlier on. That's probably not the best. I mean, this downtrend, at least it's consistent, right? You don't have huge upswings in it. You have higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. You don't have huge swings that look like the trend is breaking and then it continues. So that's what I mean by orderly. It's just following a somewhat predictable sequence. Yeah, Johnny, you're welcome. Did we do OMCL yet? No. These are tough. This is a tough pattern. I call this a volcano. It just looks like a mountain, right? A big up and a complete retracement, 100% retracement. Hard to project what that's doing. I did just take out this previous resistance, so there could be evidence that a new trend is starting here. I would wait. I would wait and see, pull back and a new. I don't really like it when I see this because it's just hard to predict what's going to happen. When the first few waves fall into a known known parameters, then you can begin to project what the next moves are going to be. And this kind of a pattern, it's hard to do that. Cameron, NUE. So we'll make that our last one. NUE, and we'll go ahead and wrap up. It's 12 noon, and my wife wants to get on the road. We're heading to the Oregon coast, take a few days off. Nucor. I've traded this before a couple years ago. So it looks like Nucor had a bit of a downtrend. Again, this, this is one of those charts that I call messy, right? Big dramatic swings that kind of break the trend, and then the trend keeps going. Yeah, so this could be a new trend starting here. Could be a new trend starting here, but it's kind of early on it. Wayne says almost a 50% retrace. Look how it's kind of stalling here. Yeah. Well, we grabbed a couple good ones right after the news. Followed our setup. It worked out just perfectly. Got a couple winners in 20 minutes. So that was fun. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. So good, hour and a half here. We got to do some teaching, look at a bunch of charts. We got to grab a couple trades. It was all good. Thank you all for being here, for participating. The link is there if you'd like to join the trading room every morning. We do this. We look at oil, gold, and the ES, sometimes NQ or a few others. So take care. Boy, be safe. Trade, trade with risk control. Trade with stops. Trade with discipline. That'll keep you in good stead. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I hope you have a great trip, great time off. Go down to the coast for a few days and just relax. But I'll be keeping my eye on these picks and sending out updates because I've got subscribers and we want to be on top of stuff. But that's pretty fun, pretty easy to do. All right. Thanks all, and we will catch you next time. Bye.